I don't feel good enough ever. Well, sometimes I feel good enough when the world and the universe give me feedback of like, you're the best. And then it goes away. And then I'm like, I suck. Life is awful. Woe is me. Because I'm just relying on the world to say I'm the greatest. When the world doesn't say I'm the greatest, or there's the second of doubt in my mind, I then remember I am not the greatest. And not the greatest in a sense of comparison to other people, greatest in the sense of just of being good enough. When you have a complex of not being good enough, it's not because you're not good enough, it's because you think you're not good enough, really. But sometimes you can distract yourself. Sometimes other people saying you are good enough is enough to make you think that way for a certain amount of time. But eventually you fall back on whatever it is that's stopping you from feeling good enough on its own. And that's where I'm at. I'm at a point where I'm like, I feel bad about myself. And things change, and I kind of default back to just trying to get better at things and try to do things better and try to make more money and try to make more better videos, etc., to cover up this feeling that is buried inside me and has been pretty much my whole life. And then I go back to this point where I'm like, okay, I got to change. I have to do something. I got to start this other channel. I got to do this new thing. That's going to help bring out the best side of me and like let myself be the best version of myself truly, like in a true form. And then finally, maybe I'll feel good enough if I can do that. And that's terrifying because it's new. It's uncomfortable. It's a version of myself that I'm not right now, meaning I would have to let go of a current version of myself to become that version of myself, because that's all we are. We are just who we think we are. And that change is something I've been holding back from, consciously or subconsciously. Instead of working on this channel, I double down on my main channel because I need money, and that's the most important thing. It's not about how I live my life and enjoying my life. It's the fact I need to make the money and make the videos, and I can do it well and better than most people in this aspect of things, but I can't do it on this channel because this channel is bad because I don't know what I'm doing. And that's scary. Doing stuff that I don't know what I'm doing is scary. And I think that's why I've been gone. I think that's why I made one video and ran away, because the amount of time and effort I put into that video was unnecessary. I have a lot to share. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to speak about, but I just don't, because I don't feel like I have the perfect version of it, and only the perfect version of it can make me feel good. And that's what I'm trying to move away from. And I think there's this thing I do where I make a plan to change something. I get excited about that plan. I start the plan and then I run away from the plan. It's like this form of self-sabotage where I set things up and then I run away. That's not great, because I want to be like, yeah, I'm going to just start making more videos on this channel, lower quality videos like this, where I'm just talking and explaining stuff and getting my thoughts into the world. But if I say I'm going to do that, I probably won't still. So why do I keep saying things? I think a lot of this criticism, the self-criticism, is why I'm unhappy, because I break the promises to myself and obviously to you, but I think it matters more when you're breaking the promises to yourself, right? I care a whole lot more if I don't do something I say I'm going to do than some random person who maybe watches a couple of my videos on the internet. Unless they're a weird stalker. They exist, been there. And honestly, I'm really tired of making promises to everyone else so that I live up to those things. If I say I'm going to do this thing to you and I put it out there on the internet, then I have to do it because I've said to other people. And if I don't, then I'll feel guilty and ashamed. But really, I should be able to do that thing without having to say a promise and make a promise to random person on the internet, without camera, without people. Like, I should just be able to do it myself. So where do I build that? Where do I create that? That is the question. And this is why I have a friend called Google. How to keep promises to yourself. Break down large goals into smaller, specific, and realistic tasks and write them down to make them visible. Schedule time to work on them. Hold yourself accountable by sharing with a friend or using a calendar. None of this has worked for me. Where do I go from here? I think this is a personal issue. Obviously, it's a personal issue, but I think this is a psychological issue, okay? I think we don't live up to the things we want to do, especially when they are bigger changes, because we are scared of the person we will become. We're not ready for these life-altering decisions good or bad. I mean, we don't know what the result will be. So there's an element of risk. So it could just be a survival instinct, but it could also be this idea of I can't be this great version of myself because that might take away from other people, or that might put myself in danger. That might put other people in danger, or some weird thought we might have about what happens if we become successful at the things we truly care about. And what I care about isn't a video game. It's not Rainbow Six Siege. It's not even teaching people this game. I just care about putting out my thoughts into the world to make it a better place. Because really, like, I want to make the world better. That's really the way it comes down to. But I don't do the things in my immediate circle to make the world better, because I want to make the biggest impact possible. I want to be the most efficient world changer in the world, which creates a procrastination cycle where I am the worst world changer in the world. Where it's like I'm not even helping out with my next door neighbor. I'm not helping the old lady cross the road because I'm too busy trying to plan out how I can make a bigger impact via the internet to reach more people, to have my thoughts create more happiness in the world entirely. I believe I have the power to do that, but I'm doing it wrong. And I think the only way I can change that is by changing myself first. But I don't think that's something I want to document, because that shows my weaknesses. When I picture this channel, I picture the greatest version of myself sharing the greatest knowledge I have to you. I don't picture the current version of myself sharing my weaknesses with you and overcoming my weaknesses with you and showing that it's possible. I picture myself figuring it out first and then telling you the best way. But maybe that in itself is the problem. Maybe that is the problem. Maybe the problem is I can't show the weak parts of myself to the world. And that's holding me back from actually changing the world. Because if I show my weak parts of myself, it proves to everyone that I am not good enough. It's this real version of myself that I don't like. And I don't think I'll like it just by showing everyone else it. That's the struggle with this video right now is I'm highlighting that weakness, and it disgusts me, quite honestly. So I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. All I know is I want to do good. I want to help people, and I want to make my life better. That's all I really know. And I really do think the world needs a lot of help. I just don't know how to do it. But I don't think you do either. I don't think you know how I can find the how to do it. I think I got to figure that part out myself. I've just been trying to figure it out for a while. Life has always felt hard for me. Life hasn't been hard for me, but it's always felt very hard for me. Because really, no matter how hard I try, I haven't overcome this feeling. I don't know how I'm gonna. So what is the point of this entire video? I'm just trying to work through it. Maybe it helped. Maybe it didn't. Maybe this is the dumbest video I ever made. Okay. I guess that's it.